How has your day been, guys? Here I am with another video, and this is my second Black Ops 3 video of the day. I'm mainly recording this because it just popped in my head to make a review of what I think of this game so far. I'm going to be playing some domination, and I'm going to be playing. I'll start the review when I'm actually in the game. Man o' War. That gun is decent. That gun is a decent gun. This gun is quite good as well, actually. This gun's actually probably. This is probably like this is probably the best, if not one of the best SMGs in the game, because that's quite bad, to be fair. That's got fire rate that's got lower fire rate, but it's got the accuracy like the PDW, and the damage is not like the PDW. So it's like the PDW's younger brother or something like that. I don't know, but it's just really bad. That's awesome as well, and that is just terrible. It's got fire rate like the Scorpion, but I can handle that. Because I used to be really good with Scorpion Black Ops 2, but the amount of bullets you have to put into the person to actually kill them, it's just ridiculous. You're like,
domination.
Anyway, this match has just started, so that's good. Let's just get on with the review. Now, what I like about this game is that it feels very much like Black Ops 2, like I have said, and like most people have said. But I've already said it in one of my earlier gameplays of this. But I can't really say, and then half the stuff that I'm about to say they might nerf for the full game. So if you don't have the beta and you're planning on getting the game, it might feel different. It might be different to what I'm saying, because they can always nerf stuff. It's the whole point of this beta, apparently, supposedly. Anyway, the servers aren't the greatest, but then again, this is only the beta, so that I might be doing that just to get better servers for day one launch. Because I've never actually played a Call of Duty on day one launch, like the first day of launch. So I don't know how bad the lag is, so I can't really complain on that. But, yeah. What else do I like? What else do I like on this game? I was just saying on the lag. I don't know why. But I've already said that together. What do I like? I like the maps. Well, we've only played 4 maps, but each map feels different. Some of them feel similar to a Black Ops 2 map, but some of them feel like a completely different map. Like the map Hunted, which is the one with the cave and a huge river of water. That feels like that. The setting of it makes you feel like you're playing Cove, but then again, with the swimming one, it makes it feel like a completely different game, but just with a Black Ops 2 game style, if you know what I mean. But yeah, but some of the maps we've got are pretty good so far, so that's a good start. Maybe all the maps might be as good as this. Not a lot of people, apparently not a lot of people like this feedback, but I like it. I don't like the guns, because I like the assault rifles. The assault rifles are good, but all the guns aren't too overpowered or underpowered. Like they're all pretty good. You can use any gun against any gun, and then you can actually stand a chance, because they're all as equal as each other. This review's not going very well, but no. The wall run, the thrust jumps on the wall running makes it faster to get around, and it makes the map. Apparently I was watching a YouTuber and it said that the maps are huge. They look big, but when you're actually playing it, they look like they're not even big. They feel like a small map. They're fast paced and they're small, and apparently they're the biggest the biggest maps that I think Black Ops has ever had. I don't know about all Call of Duty games, but that's just all good. That's all down to good developing and stuff to make it actually seem like small maps and really fast paced and fun. Because I mean, half Ghost's map was huge and it was so slow paced and it got boring after a bit. I mean, I enjoyed Ghosts for for like the first couple of months, and then it ended up getting a bit. That was the same thing with MW3. I didn't particularly enjoy that game either. But anyway. What else?
Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down. Hostile Hellstorm inbound.
But alright, no, I can't say how much I don't know what I like about the game. I also like the special abilities, or whatever you want to call them, specialists. They're pretty decent considering the fact. I've not used all of them. I've used I can't remember his name. I think it's Prophet, the one playing us now, the one that's glitch. I like his ability, and I also like his weapon. His weapon's alright, but it's just thinking. And then also Ruin's gravity spikes are pretty good. But I've not used his overdrive, so I don't know what that's like. But you know, each specialist has something for every player. Like say if you're really accurate, you can go off using the crossbow if you like using crossbows and stuff. And if you like pistols, then you can use that the Annihilator. I can't remember the person who owns it. Stuff like that. They've got specialists for every type of player. You've got one for your rushing, one for camping, one for skill. Whatever one you have, you've got it for that. And I can't think what else. I'm not very good at reviewing stuff. Oh yeah, and also the colours. The colours are really bright, and they just give it more of an atmosphere. And the effects in this game are realistic, and that is one thing that I love about this game, is the fact that this game actually feels quite realistic. Other than the fact you've got people charging around the place, which isn't realistic, and you can get shot like a couple of times and survive. But other than those two things, this game feels quite realistic. I mean, when you look down, you have your feet for once. When you swim and you get on the land, you hear the squelching sounds and stuff. From if you're walking on mud and you can hear thingy. When you're shooting, it does actually sound like, I don't know what it sounds like when you're shooting in water, but it's quite cool. And the reloading sounds underwater, man, they sound really good. And the shadow, you actually have shadows for once. And the shadows on this are actually really realistic. Anyway, what don't I like about this game? I don't like the fact that even all the guns aren't overpowered or underpowered, but it's really easy to die. I mean, do you see how quick I died then? I took in about 3 bullets and I died. That's how easy it is to die. I mean, if I've seen another YouTuber say that's really easy to die, and I see where they're coming from. I mean, sometimes it's not, sometimes it is. I mean, look at that. See, I hardly had a chance. I mean, if you're using the glitch ability, and you want to get away, you don't even have a chance to actually get away and survive, because of the fact you die so quickly. You just got to use it tactically. You got to try and use it to cut people off rather than get away from people. You're shooting at you instead, but you know, it's just a bit. They should actually edit that so it takes about the time as it would do on Black Ops 2 to kill people. Obviously different rates depending on the damage, but it shouldn't kill them within like 2 or 3 bullets. Look, that was a couple of bullets and I hardly stood a chance. I don't know the damage on this. That was 3 bullets. That guy shot me. But then again, I was using his special ability then. See, look I swear that was only 1 shot and I died. That's what I'm talking about. And what else do I don't. Alright, there's some special abilities that I don't like as well. I don't like the rejack ability. I mean that is just no. I mean that gets me angry like all the time. I mean it's better to have like a grenade, like where you shoot it and then when the smoke comes out, just throw the grenade in there. Well, the fire grenade or something, because the fire grenade bursts straight away and it'll kill him. Right, straight away. Yeah, that's just so annoying. I mean I mean, it's just as bad as Last Stand and Second
Hostile
Chance.
UAV above. Alpha locked down.
They just basically they just basically brought it back, really.
Be advised.
Except you can revive it. You can just but instead you revive
Hostile
yourself
Hellstorm inbound.
like straight away instead of waiting a bit or waiting for someone to revive you.
Enemy has C.
That's what happens in Black Ops when you have to get revived.
Hostile HCXD
But in Modern
spotted.
Warfare, you just revive yourself after a certain amount of time. I mean, it's just so no.
Hostile UAV spotted.
And also, I don't like the fact that that when you go to use some like your special abilities, is that when you die, you lose your special abilities. I mean, with Ruin, I don't like the fact that I
Securing C.
could be just seeing a load of people. I could then want to go in and use my gravity spikes. I could go to stab them in the ground, but then I'd get shot and I'd lose half the power. I just don't,
Securing
and then you
B.
have to work your way back up. I think they should edit that for the real game. They should put it that only goes down if you've used it. So once you've used it all the way, then it goes down like.
Overhead.
Like, I don't even like the fact that with, like, when you're using the guns, if you get your gun out and you die, you completely lose it. You don't have a second chance to use it again. It should be with the guns and crossbows and stuff. If you die whilst using it, you should. Depending on the amount of power you lost, that's where it should stop. But if it's like a one chance thing like the gravity spikes, then it shouldn't you shouldn't lose it until you've actually used it. But whereas if it's a gun, depending on how much energy you lost and you die, you have to regain that amount of energy. That's how I think it should work. So I think that's more fair, especially for the newer players. I mean, obviously I'm not a new player, but you know.
We've lost Charlie. Losing B. Hostile counter UAV.
I also don't like the
above.
connection, like
Radar is
I've
down.
said before. Just don't like it. I know I've explained why, but that'll probably be fixed for the real game.
Hostile UAV above. A
What's the
locked
point in
down.
that? Oh, where'd you go? Where did he go?
Securing C.
He went somewhere down here. If you can out a dog, that's my dog.
Hostile HCXD in your AO.
What else would be a good thing?
C locked down.
A good thing to go. I got something, but I can't really think of it. Yeah, the score streaks. Now the score streaks, just aren't as good as they were Black Ops 2. I mean half the time.
Multiple hostile
It's
UAVs overhead.
either that or I'm just really bad with the score streaks. I mean half of them are like so bad that it's just there's no point in having any score streaks. And half of them are so hard to earn. You know, I don't have a problem with and how hard it is to earn, but when you actually get it, it's just not. It just does hardly anything. Like the Hailstorm missile, that you have to get like seven kills in a row, and it's quite hard for this game, especially for the beta, because you have all the better players on it, like I've mentioned before.
Securing A.
But it's just so annoying the fact that when you actually get it,
A secure.
you can hardly get a kill, and you're just like shooting at the person, and you won't. Like shooting your Hellstorm missile and you don't get anybody. And that's the same thing with that. HDXD is actually pretty cool though. They've hardly changed that. It's still the same. That's as useful as it was in the other games it was in.
Cyborg terminated.
I don't know about the lightning strike. I've not used that.
Another win for the
The wraps I've only used once, and that was quite a while ago. The Rolling Thunder. Now that is a score streak which I've got a real thing with. It's like a couple of missile plane things crashing into the floor trying to kill people, and it's no good. Trust me. I've actually earned it a couple of times, and I've got about the most amount of kills I've got in it is 2, and I've earned it about like what 5 times. I've got no more than 2 kills at once using it, and you get like a huge line going all the way along the map. It's not as good as it's better in Black Ops 1. The Pick 10 system, I don't know why, but some people actually like the Pick 10 system. I hate this system. I mean, the fact that you only get 10, I prefer it like in Black Ops 1, you could have a secondary weapon, fill up the attachments, get the tactical and lethal, fill both of them up, get all perks, and you can fill all the wild cards up of what you wild cards, whatever you want to call them, fill them all up until you've actually got the maximum amount, fill all the attachments till you've got the maximum amount. So you can have what you want till you have no more room. That's what I liked about Black Ops 1's. I mean, look, I've made the best AK I could, the ARK I could, from the attachments I've got, and I don't get any grenades with it, or a secondary. I only get 3 perks. I mean, if anything, I do not want to get rid of my perks because they help me in the game. It's just no. That is the one thing I hate about these stuff.
Domination.
And
Weakness will be their undoing.
so just get rid of that system and make the score streaks more useful. I mean, they're not. It's either that or I'm just really bad with the score streaks. I mean, I'm just saying what. I mean, I'm just reviewing what I've experienced, not what anybody else has experienced. Maybe you've had better experiences with stuff like this. I'm just saying my opinion, but I just don't like the score streaks. I mean, it's just really frustrating for me. I mean, the only good score streaks that have actually done something for me is the HDRC, I think that's what it is, RCXD, HCXD, that's it. It gets confusing because it's got a H, it just gets so confusing, because it hovers instead of drives. I've not learned the orbital VSAT thing, instead it's called the HATAR in this, if you didn't know. I've not earned that yet. I've tried to earn it, but I haven't earned it yet. I actually earned it a couple of times in Black Ops, but I'm not the greatest at earning score streaks. What else has done me favours, like score streaks wise? The UAV, I don't think I earned the county view. I think I was once, but I don't know. I can't remember about the wraps. I think they did do a favour for me, but I've only earned them once. What else? And the care package, but then again that gives me stuff, that don't do me favours, so not really. The dart does do some things, but you can't really get a huge amount of kills with it. It's not great. I mean, the score streaks that I've earned and used, they're not very competitive, but unlike Black Ops 2, you could just get them and you could just get a bunch of kills and then and it could be really competitive. But with this, I mean, I just can't use the score streaks in this. They're just not easy to use. Or that's just me being really bad with score streaks.
Sheriff down.
And I can hear my fans going off on my PlayStation. Is there anything else I want to add? Oh yeah, and also what else I like? I like the graphics in this game. The graphics are pretty good. They're definitely better than Advanced Warfare's graphics. If you actually put this graphics on PS3, I reckon. I mean, they say that they're using a new system or whatever, new hardware to develop the graphics. But I reckon when it goes onto PS3, the graphics will look like Black Ops 2. I reckon. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. But it just looks like the graphics just look like better version of Black Ops 2's.
Securing Charlie.
Trying to think what else I like. Oh yeah, I also like the fact that you can put as many attachments as you. Not as many attachments, but you can like put 6 attachments onto your gun. That's new. That's pretty cool actually. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So that's my review of Black Ops 3 so far. And oh yeah, and also
We lost A.
no.
We lost Charlie.
Yeah, that's my review of Black Ops 3 so far, because I've only played, that's just of what I've experienced. I'm just saying what I've experienced. And right, do you want me to play the rest of this game for you guys? No, I won't play the rest of this game. So leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Be advised, hostile talent inbound.